Dear friends, welcome to this week's edition of the Inspired Parsha. This week we have the incredible privilege to read through Parshat Vayeshev. And like every Parsha in the Torah, there's so many beautiful, rich Torah ideas, especially in the Hasidic world. But I just want to focus on one pasuk, one verse. This is in Genesis, Vayeshev chapter 37, verse 24. A famous pasuk, a famous verse. Yosef, as we know, was betrayed by his own brothers. His own brothers were jealous of him. They saw him as a threat. And they conspired against him, and they threw him into a pit. And the verse famously says, "V'habor reik ein bo mayim." The pit was empty, and it had no water. So of course it's redundant. Once you already tell us it's empty, why do you also have to say it has no water? What was that coming to add? So Chazal, the famous statements in the Talmud, is that yes, it was empty of water, but it had snakes and scorpions. So the question then is, why not just say it has snakes and scorpions? Why go in this roundabout way of saying, okay, it has no water, but it has snakes and scorpions? So the great Rav Tzadok HaKohen of Lublin says something beautiful. Rav Tzadok HaKohen, of course, was the great Hasidic Rebbe, a student of Rav Moshe Leib of Ishbitz. He says something amazing. He says that the reason why the Torah wrote this in a roundabout way is because what is water? What does water symbolize? Of course, in the physical world, it symbolizes life, right? Living creatures all need water to drink, to breathe, We all need water to sustain us. And in the spiritual world as well, the Torah very often is compared to water. So what does this mean? This means, Rav Tzadok explains beautifully. He says that when there is no water, when there's no spirituality, spiritual life force, eventually it's going to become filled with snakes and scorpions. There's no such thing, when it comes to spirituality, there's no such thing as spiritually neutral. It's either there is spiritual growth, there is positivity, or there isn't. And if there isn't, eventually it's going to corrode and be filled with things that are bad. This is a powerful lesson. We live in a very confusing world, and so often many of us think, okay, well, I'm just going to be pariv on this, or just not get spiritually involved, do more Torah learning, or do whatever it might be, do more prayers. I'm just going to be blah, just stay the way I am, and that's it. But when there's no water, when there's no spiritual growth, eventually, always, you're going to become filled with snakes and scorpions, so to speak. There's no such thing as being spiritually neutral. You always have to inject positivity, spirituality, water, the symbolism of water, Torah, into your life. It's a great lesson because we're about to celebrate the beautiful holiday of Hanukkah. And Hanukkah, of course, was all about the world being filled with darkness, the Yavan, the Greek influence that was pervading the world at the time, including parts of the Jewish world as well. And I always like that statement from Rav Kook because he says it so beautifully. He says that you can't try to get rid of darkness by trying to chase it away. You have to light a candle. You have to light a candle. You have to do something positive to bring more light into the world. You have to go out and make a difference to yourself and to others. You have to bring it into the world. Take that proactive step to chase away the darkness by lighting a candle. I want to wish everyone a bracha, a blessing before Shabbos. Wishing everyone here a wonderful Shabbos Kodesh, a Shabbos filled with light, a Shabbos where you bring more Kedusha, more holiness into the world. You do not remain spiritually neutral. You bring more positivity, more water, more life force into the world through real, true growth. And of course, being a great light onto the nations. So I want to wish everyone a happy, beautiful Shabbos and a happy Hanukkah. Thank you so much for listening.